Yes. Hello. Let me see if I put this on. I think it is better. Although, hello everyone. And welcome to my interviewing time. And as you know, I messed it up yesterday. But let me see, we have some comments coming up. Andreas, hello. So I messed it up yesterday, but here we go. Domen and Natasha have been so kind to join us again. I just want to basically dedicate half an hour for people to know the people that they see these days. You see people dancing mainly on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Not many people travel to watch competition. Otherwise, I don't understand why the space in the competition is, there is always less and less people. But so you see them dance, but you don't know them. So, and you see the end result. But it's nice to have a little chat with these people. And right now, today, I asked for my first time. So I'm not how can I say? I'm not an expert interviewer. The sun is kissing me. But I'm gonna try and make it fun. We're gonna get questions. They are basically in 4 categories. Some informative, historical, fun, and spicy. Okay. Now, so let's give a nice round of applause. Oh, if you want to comment, if you want to make any comment, any suggestion, any question, anything, you have to, if you're looking from Facebook, from my profile, you cannot comment. I will not be able to show you comment, but you can look from YouTube. Then if you post from YouTube, like Andreas did it, then I can see it. And if you have question, you can post it. And then Dom and Natasha I'm gonna give them some rules right now. So first of all, let's welcome Dom and Natasha. Hello!
Thank you for having us, and nice to see everybody.
Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you. Sorry about yesterday. I made you rush in and out. That was funny.
We almost had a heart attack, Augusto. I thought I blew it up and I mixed the dates. So.
Oh well.
Okay.
You know, I want to basically give a little bit insight out of the life of competitor and historical. Now, you, as my opening today, I post. You send me some picture. So you're not, because people see the end result. Yeah, you are a top finalist. You're in the final, try to win this competition, every competition basically. But there is a lot of work behind that, and it's not happening overnight, obviously. And people see only the top of the iceberg. So, and also see some fun part of it. So the rule of the game is this: I made about 50 questions divided in 4 categories, and I'm going to ask you to tell me a number from 1 to 10, okay? And we will go like first informative, then history, then fun, and then spicy. You tell me a number, and I have it listed down, and I'll post.
Number.
I'll ask you.
Number from 1 to 50.
1 to 10.
1 to 10. Okay.
1 to 10. Very important rule, because when you're interviewing people, it's always a strange moment. If you don't want to answer, you say, I don't want to answer. Or you say, pass it. I don't want to do it. Okay. So I always say this in my lecture when I do a lecture, and I say, you can ask anything you like. Doesn't mean that I have to reply. Okay. So you can ask. Okay. So you can. Let's see. Greeting from the Netherlands. Hello, Dominic. How are you? So my first question, without asking you the number, because it's important, what do you find positive in this quarantine time? There is anything that you find positive? Because obviously we have to focus on the positive side of life, not the negative. We know there is a disease, but what do you find positive as a dancer or as a human being?
I think from my point, there is a lot of positive things. First of all, we don't need to travel all the time and pack every week, so we can actually stay where we are for a longer period of time, and we are actually not used to something like this. Secondly, we have much more time actually to relax, to get a decent sleep, and to give some time to our body maybe to recover. You also have time to a little bit kind of look back and think, what you did wrong or what could you do better and where you want to head with your future. So I think it's actually extremely good period for us to, think where we want to go and, feel how it actually feels to be completely relaxed, because it doesn't happen so often. We always rush so fastly through life, and there's so many things. So to be able to chill down and to relax is something that actually we cherish very much.
Yeah, I have to say also the most positive thing is that you have time. So that's normally a luxury in the, daily life of a dancer. So you can really kind of say, okay, actually, I really can do that. I can study something I always wanted to study about the technique, something about some figures you wanted to do. Very normally I say, maybe I do it tomorrow. I don't have time. You can have a lot of things done differently suddenly, because actually you can dedicate the most important thing to it. time, and it's positive actually for us.
Well, I do think that time is the most expensive thing in life. You can't buy time. And be able to have time as a dancer. Just a moment. Where would you like to head in the future? Okay, to have time as a dancer, I do think, for example, I said to my wife Brigitta that at the end of this pandemic, we will have some wonderful piece of music and song being written during this time. So I am expecting artists to actually come up with something, like Imagine from the Beatles. I imagine that artists will have, because they have time and they feel obviously all this problem, we will gonna get something really cool, and I hope to see that in the dancing too.
Yeah, actually, a lot of big breakthroughs in the human history, like with new ideas, came in times of big, pandemics. So a lot of things already happened in the past. A lot of new discoveries happened, in science and stuff like this. So I'm sure that, like you said, a lot of beautiful things will probably happen after this.
Okay, let's start with some question.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we go to the informative. From 1 to 10. From 1 to 10.
Yeah, let Natasha start.
Me, from 1 to 10. Start.
You can, any of you can answer, or both of you, doesn't matter. Like you want.
Okay. 3 is my lucky number. Let's put
3 is the perfect number. That's the question rolling on the bottom. What is the best piece of advice you ever received?
Okay, I have to say I was lucky. I received very good advices through my career, but actually there was one which you sometimes miss a little bit, and it was while I was preparing for a lecture with Michael Barr, and he said, you know what? Do not ever forget that you love what you do and you have to enjoy the journey. So he said that was his biggest mistake a little bit, to forget a little bit about that. And I thought, yeah, that's actually true. And I have to say, that was really a very good advice, because that's something what you miss a little bit maybe. So that was mine.
You're just looking for the end result instead of really enjoy the journey, basically.
Yeah.
You, Domen? Or you want me to ask another question? Or you want to say, you have a piece of advice, or you pass?
A good piece of advice. Let's pass. Let's go different. Yeah.
Okay, let's go into history. You've been posting video from ages, but now you give me from 1 to 10.
5.
2, 3, 4. As a child, what did you wish to become when you grew up?
Oh, wow. Actually, since I started to dance, and that was when I was 7 years old, I knew I wanted to dance. But before that, when I was a little kid, my grandfather promised me that we will do a tank together. When I was a little kid, like when I was like 5, 6 years. So I was dreaming, my grandfather will make a tank, then I will be driving a tank. Like when I was a little kid.
But I've seen that you have like a motorbike. You're very into all these details. So it's not a tank, but it's very detailed motorbike.
Maybe this is something that stayed with me and was somewhere hidden back in my subconscious, and then I bought like a retro bike a few years ago. Actually, you had a nice Harley Davidson, I remember, in Caldiero, and a nice Jeep. Well, maybe I saw the champion in Harley Davidson. And Luca also had a bike, so probably I said, I need a bike in order to become a champion.
Okay, so let's go to fun question. Give me 1 to 10. I'm not sure. You can both answer the question, so you don't have to. If you want, you can just jump in and do whatever you like. It's your time. Okay, so 1 to 10. Fun question.
10.
10. Okay.
Let's do 10.
Who sleep first?
Who sleep first?
Domen?
Yeah.
But
So
I
are
wake
you?
up very early.
So as soon as you go to bed, bum.
Yeah. Basically, you can do one.
Yeah, finito.
I just go into my position, done.
Okay. Okay, let's go into a spicy question. 1 to 10.
Nothing, you
I
know,
said
you go.
already number
I don't
4.
know. Number 4?
4. If you were told you had 1 week to live, what would you do?
I would probably go home and spend it together with my parents, because I feel in all this time as a dancer, you always travel and you are away from home. So probably I would do something fun with my family.
Where is your home? Where is your home?
Slovenia. I am coming there from. And maybe, you know what I would do probably? I would take my family. When I was a kid, we used to go on the boat. My father owned a boat, so we used to spend the holidays. Actually, big boat, spend all the money on a huge, boat, and invite my friends, my family, everybody on the boat, and have a crazy fun. Go somewhere cruising in Croatia along the islands.
Good.
Probably.
I'm going to ask Natasha too this question.
Me too.
Yes.
Okay, now I have to say we're already having kind of a holiday, so you can't really say you're missing holidays, but I probably would travel somewhere. I would choose one very nice destination and travel.
For example?
Which is? Bali?
So I know, for some next birthdays or things. Natasha, what is it?
What do you like, Natasha? Mountain, sea? You like mountain, sea? What? Tibet?
It's a few places I always wanted to go, so it's a little bit
difficult.
Much, so it's a bit difficult. I want to go to Denmark. Actually, it is a bit strange.
Okay. Well, Denmark is beautiful.
Yeah. Italy, I wanted to go for a holiday, and Spain actually, but he did not yet agree to this.
Barcelona is beautiful. Okay, let's go to informative question, 1 to 10. We have to remember not to choose the same number than before, because I didn't write it down as usual. I was planning.
I write down the numbers. I'm good.
No, you
said
we had
3, 10, and what was the last?
I don't remember.
The last one.
By the way, let me tell you guys, this girl is
5.
I cannot say one of the best girl to dance with. I think he is the best girl that I dance with. This girl.
Yeah, I must agree. I must,
She's amazing. She's amazing to dance with. Natasha is outstanding.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, so give me an answer. Informative 1 to 10.
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you keep yourself motivated? Because how many years you've been dancing? Both of you.
30, 31, 32
over close to 30 years, yeah? So in order to keep the motivation going, although you have a goal, obviously, but how you keep that? How are you doing? What do you do?
Actually, I must say different times of your career, in different periods, you need different types of motivation. For example, as a kid, maybe somebody in a group class, motivates you. So that helps you to work harder. Then maybe later on, I remember I got some videos. I got one video from John Wood, and I was constantly, and Anne Lewis, I was watching that video all the time. Then maybe going to Blackpool for the first time and seeing everybody. So all of these kind of things stay in your head. Then for the period of time, I study and read a lot about Muhammad Ali, and then many different things. I always, now we're so lucky we have YouTube. We just go and we find some interesting interviews. For example, recently I was studying a little bit history of boxing, and I was watching, it's called The Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson and Sugar Leonard. So they're speaking about, how they were going through careers and what were the moments of struggle. And actually very funny how Mike Tyson saw Sugar Leonard as his, motivation and his goal. So you can get, or for example, on the Netflix was a It's a documentary about Jordan. You know,
Yeah.
little things like this, they motivate you so much. They give you so much, and you understand that all of these people worked so hard. They were so dedicated, you know, no matter what kind of personalities they are or how media portrays them or how people perceive them, but they were hard workers, all of them. So yeah, you can get inspired from many, many different things. Or for example, recently I've been checking a lot of videos from old champions from the past. They are great, amazing to see how dancing was evolving, and see, you know, also if you think a lot of these people, actually a lot of champions, they were in the Second World War. They were fighting.
Yeah.
They were in like parachuters. They were police people. They, you know,
Sonny Binnick was,
Sonny Binnick, and Thierbold was a police guy, and you know, so we are kind of in difficult period at the moment, but these guys, I think, were in much worse period than us. And they nicely returned back to dancing and became a champions. And few years after, there was 18,000 people watching the competitions.
Yeah.
So crazy, you know.
Yeah, amazing. That is amazing. We don't see that anymore, unfortunately, right now.
Yeah, all of these things, I think, bring you a lot of
so basically reading, watching, or following some biography of people that made something extraordinary.
Yeah, I'm reading at the moment, actually it's completely out of dancing, but a book about CEO of Blackstone, BlackRock. You know,
stock market.
How he actually did it. Again, crazy. He was very successful, but very hard. He didn't become wealthy, you know, from one day to another. It's since he was a kid, he was working towards this goal to achieve these things. So everybody works hard, you know.
Good. So basically, motivation comes from the brain. Basically, you need to feed that. You know, it's not something that stays forever. You just have to continuously nurture that as much as possible. Yeah.
Especially, I feel often with a maybe bad result when you're not satisfied with, you know, how you perform or things like this. Sure. For me, it's very good in that period straight away after find the motivation, because that straight away puts you up, and you know, you don't focus on what happened, but you're starting to go towards next goal or what you would like to achieve.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you saw, Natasha, Gaetano Iavarone is telling you to go to Capri.
Okay.
Just in case you want some advice, Gaetano is gonna be your cicerone. Okay,
but Gaetano, we stop in Naples, visit you before, do some shopping, eat some.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, history 1 to 10.
No, why I always have to use numbers? Okay, number 2.
2
in history. Number 2. Yeah.
We don't need to know names, okay? But did you ever had a bad lesson? And if yes, why? Why was bad lesson?
Actually, I have to remember one thing. Actually, it has to do something with you. I went to my teacher.
Can we close it here? End of broadcast. Bye.
And I told you that I had a bad lesson. And you said, actually, to me, you gave me a very good advice. And I still remember that you said there is no such thing as a bad lesson. If you had a bad lesson, you actually dealt wrongly with that person because you did not understand in what he is actually good. So you need to ask the right question to get the right answers. And I have to say, didn't have a bad lesson since that.
Why?
For me, because it's really kind of how you perceive it yourself, kind of, and you can take every time something out of the lesson. So that's my conclusion actually from that. I don't know how many years, I don't know if you even remember how many years.
I remember, why long time for sure. But why I have that kind of analogy? Because one time, let me see, just a moment. Okay, Gaetano is telling you that he is going to take you to Capri, not to Naples, no problem.
Okay. Thank you, Gaetano.
One time, I go in Kingston at 9 o'clock in the morning, the day after competition.
Oh, nice feeling.
Yeah.
With all the traffic who arrived.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. So I have a lesson with Richard, and he's telling me, what would you like to do? And I said, because I danced the competition the night before, so he saw me dance. I say, what, Richard, you tell me, what you think I should work on, which is, for me, was the normal thing. Then he said, if you came here to waste my time and you don't know what you want, you can go home and reorganize yourself and come back later. So I thought, so it's better if I actually get to a lesson, because you go where we normally go and take lesson without going there with a problem to solve. The teacher, it's like going, sometimes, you get a couple that come in and they look at you. It's like going to the doctor. Would you go to a doctor and sit down and say nothing? Say, tell me what I have to do. You have to tell him what's the problem. Okay. So that's how I came up with this kind of philosophy, let's say. Okay, it came from there. Okay, enough of that. Goodbye. So, what was this history? Let's go to some fun. Let's have some fun. Give me a good number. If not, I find that one.
Okay,
Let's make this fun.
Okay,
go for it.
How many days do you wear the same pant in a row before it become a problem?
What do you intend? Like a practice?
Yeah, the trousers that you go and practice. How many days? A month, 2 months, 1 week? Before it become a problem. Before it smell like a good idea.
You put them up and they stay straight.
All right. Okay. Spicy. I'm gonna ask you. Do you have any tattoo?
No.
No tattoo.
I was thinking about it, but no.
No, everybody has tattoos, so I thought it's quite unique not to have it. But I was quite often tempted. So
yeah, I think now is in fashion. So, but
yeah. So
okay.
it will be quite unique in the future if you will not have it, I think.
Okay, let me find.
Go for it.
What is your ultimate goal?
Well, Natasha, you start.
It's me. I'm talking so much. I'm not used to No, okay. Difficult to say ultimate goal, but of course, okay. From dancing point of view, we achieved certain position, and of course, we would like to achieve the first place in all the competition. Would be great. But of course, that's one part. And the other part we want to achieve to really put our best performances. And we said already after this break, we're really looking forward to really have good performances, and we will try everything to have them, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
That's kind of
in dancing,
yeah. But generally, I think, taking dancing on the side, I think the ultimate goal is, sounds so kind of normal, but to be happy, to be relaxed, to be able to live in your own skin without any difficulties and express yourself the way you want through your life, to realize your dreams or wishes in a relaxed way and not, pull yourself back. So to be able basically, to be happy and relaxed, that's kind of what I wish.
Okay, good. So I'm going to history now, and I'm going to ask you this because Dome, you've been posting so many video, historic video. I hope I wrote it right. Historic, is it spelled correct? Okay, whatever. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's wrong, eh?
Yeah.
Historic video.
Yeah, doesn't matter. It's part of being Italian. You cannot write in English. Yeah? If it's in Italian, I will write it probably correct. Anyway, maybe. Why are you posting this video?
Well, like before, we spoke about 2 reasons actually. One reason is my own personal motivation, because I really enjoy knowing, let's say, better the craft, or art that we are dealing with. So I think it's correct in my position. I know where all of this is coming from. That's point one. And point two was sometimes I'm very disappointed watching all these online lectures and things like this. People don't know a lot of things. People think that they are reinventing everything. Mm-hmm. Nothing needs to be reinvented. Everything was already there. Certain people, created so many beautiful things, beautiful steps. For example, I don't know, jump in quick step. Anthony Hurley danced in T-match in 60s. Many steps, for example, that
the split in the air. You mean you talking about the split in the air?
Yeah, that Anthony Hurley danced. Many steps, for example, that Mirko is dancing were danced already many years ago by Peter Eggleton. For example, throwaway on the floor in tango that Massimo was dancing. I saw the pictures Benny Tolmeyer was doing. So a lot of actually very creative dancers from the past. And, we should sometimes look a little bit back and just learn through all these things actually that are there available to everyone, instead of thinking that we need to reinvent the whole dancing.
I remember for in this subject, I remember giving, when I used to teach actively a lot, I remember giving a lesson to somebody. They when they dance, they look. You have to be secure about what you're trying to do, but I'm the only one that can do. So I remember giving them a lesson and said to them, "Okay, come here. You know that this natural turn that you do is being done from champion and champion and champion and champion and champion and champion, that they try to go forward, side, and close. Okay, so whenever you try to do something, you remember that you are following their footsteps. Try to make it a little bit better, but don't think that you are the creator of this. You are representing these people that did it in the past as well. So you have that duty right now. It's like if I have to paint the Mona Lisa. I cannot paint the Mona Lisa. I have to be humble and trying to paint it right. So I agree. Very nice. Okay, so fun. Let me find a fun one. This is not too fun. I put something in fun that is not fun. Okay. This at the end of the competition. What part of your body is the most tired? Your right arm, because Natasha is heavy.
It depends. It was a good competition or a bad competition, and how
in general,
how well coordinated you go onto the competition.
I feel a little depends a little bit on the competition and how you prepared for it. But if you feel tired, then maybe I would say legs for me.
Legs.
Feet and legs.
Feet or thighs?
Feet and legs. Sometimes you can feel, I don't know how to say, in the little toes.
Burn. The feet and burn.
And the legs, yeah. For which part, it can change a little bit for you.
Yeah, depends.
So could be calf if it's not a good calf.
Yeah.
And front of the thighs, maybe, I would say.
Yeah, quadricep.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you?
Spice. Okay. You, Roman? You? Sorry.
I think sometimes toes.
Okay. Also.
I feel, or ankle.
Okay.
Who's always right?
I tell you a funny story, just fastly. Once we were in Japan, in the elevator. When you are spending a lot of time, you wish to go home.
I know.
People around, you're just discussing, you're talking. Everything is a living room conversation. No problem where you are. So we are in the elevator in Shinagawa Hotel. We are in elevator and going down and trying to decide where we go to breakfast. Any case, we go usually 2 places. So we are discussing, no, we go to French, no, we go to that place, no, we go to French, no, we go to that place. And inside was one older Japanese guy with a wife. So then suddenly we arrive to the ground floor and the doors open and this Japanese guy turns around to me and lifts up the finger and he says, "Happy wife, happy life." So I got the lesson.
So she's always right.
I got a big life lesson from a Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Okay, last 4 questions and then we're done, because otherwise we take too long time.
Go for it.
Okay. Do you have any special diet?
We tried a few, to be honest, but actually, basically now it's a little bit like listening to your body. Then you know basically what you need. But we tried one. You remember we tried no dairy products and meat. This was
I thought I
no
would die.
chance. We thought we would die.
First time in my life I started to cramp.
Yes, for example, that was very bad for the competition. Actually,
Generally, I think as long as the scale is showing the same, we are fine. When the scale goes somewhere where it shouldn't go, then you are a bit more careful.
I think you have now a little bit experience, what you kind of natural experience through the years, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat.
We don't eat bad. We try to eat kind of generally healthy, but we don't stick to one particular type of diet.
We tried a few, but no, it didn't work.
Okay, good. Okay, now, how do you want to be remembered in 20 years' time? I'm gonna mute my microphone because I'm gonna sneeze.
Okay. How do you want to be remembered? As a beautiful couple which loved the dancing and had really passion for it all these many years. That would be great if somebody remembers us in 20 years, basically.
What?
Because the experience, you are very fast forgotten. If I ask the younger generation now who some of the dancers I admired, they maybe wouldn't know anymore. So that would be nice. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at the comment.
Austrian Germknödel. Did you say?
Austrian.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's a special dish which actually Doman likes.
When I was a kid, we used to go to ski to Austria. So they have this, this white,
Germknödel is called.
like a white knudel. I don't know how.
What is knudel?
Knudel is like.
How do I explain?
I don't know.
In Italian, you can.
Non è
something.
Something nice.
Let's see. I have a comment. Maybe they know.
You have to try it, basically. Also in Austria.
Oh, great. Okay, no, that's not the comment that we were looking for. Doesn't matter. Don't worry. Where are we? I'm getting lost now. Okay, yes. Here we go. Just a moment. Hold on. What is this? Flavio, hi, Augusto. As an idea of future, like, could you speak about then and now? The thing that's most changed between us. Okay, that's dumpling. See?
Dumpling.
We have who's potato ball?
Dumpling. Yes.
Okay, we got it.
Chester.
Okay. All right. Let me find some.
Dumpling, exactly. Dumpling. Yes.
Okay, so fun question.
Shepherd's pie.
Potato ball. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose?
That's you. I'm not the great shopping person.
No, you don't like shopping, Natasha. No?
Some constructing company. Building some new skyscraper.
To buy a crane, where you can buy a crane. So you still have that tank in your head, eh?
It's still there. I have to be careful.
Okay, so how about this? Sex or no sex before the night before the comp?
Well, we cannot share all the secrets with our,
Oh, okay.
We're still not retired, so these kind of things, we have to keep,
interview.
This is after we retire. You can ask us this kind of question.
Okay, so I keep it from when you retire. Okay, so do you want to tell us something that I didn't ask you? Like in Italy, we have a guy that say this. He's doing this interview in the evening. Evening is night. Is saying, do you want to ask yourself a question and give yourself an answer?
Yeah. Okay.
Which is no. Okay, so I would like to, let me take away this comment. I hope people enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I'm not a professional interviewer, but I thought, it's important that people see the human side of the performance, because again, we see people in the video and beautiful dancing. Obviously, you're a great dancer, and I just wish that you can get the result that you want at the end of your dancing career. But I think it is really important that people start. Marzullo, exactly. This is the guy. Marzullo is the guy that I was talking about. Gaetano understand. Robert Grover, boxing. But I do think it's important that people start meet you guys, not only you, but all the people in the final, in the semi-final. So I'm gonna try and interview people to see, because if I go back in my dance career, I would really love to listen to guys like you, because people, you are an idol for many people for the position that you represent, and it's nice that people can actually get in touch with you, even if it's virtually like this now. But I know your personality come across, and is I think it is an important thing. So I would like to say thank you for taking part of this beautiful girl and my friend. Thank you again, and thank you everybody for attending. Robert Grover, I have no pants. I mean, now these days you dress smart, and nowadays I'm in pajama underneath. Now, Robert, say hello to everybody.
Hi, Robert. Hi, Barbara.
Okay, thank you again.
See you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see you on the dance floor again. Grazie. Ciao, everybody. Ciao. Okay, guys, so I will be back Wednesday. I will interview Arunas Bizokas, and we will have a chat with him. So we will spend half an hour together. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I'm trying to learn how to do this, and I hope you will meet us on Wednesday. Then other people will follow up. Okay, grazie, thank you, ciao, buonanotte, arrivederci, Fiorellino. Look at my eyes. You see my eyes? Wow. Ciao.